Sometimes as an artist, we're doing a routine work every day. For example, set up the scene, note preparation, connecting the wire, etc. And honestly, it's so exhausting. So that's why you need to create your own digital asset. Hi everyone, this is Dyson. Welcome to my channel. Okay, let's begin. You see, we're gonna talk about digital assets, specifically Python in digital assets. What is Python? Python is programming language, so powerful. It's designed to be simple to use, honestly. I want to show you later on. And don't worry, this is not in-depth programming tutorial. This is just my journey, research journey for creation these amazing digital assets. So let's begin. And for example, let's create a simple digital asset. Let's say we have this piggy geometry. This is the famous piggy geometry. For example, we need a poly reduce for that. We need a poly reduction for each input. In this case, this is the piggy. And for example, in here, let's create a rope FBX. We need these tools to export FBX or export the geometry. And let's have a null as an output. So we can select that and let's click this icon or Shift C. And we have our subnet network. Let's call it reducer. And now we're gonna create digital assets. So this is so important, you see? We have the version, the author and sub menu, you see? And now we have our digital asset. And in here you can have a customized icon or parameter. Let's create a float parameter to control the reduction intensity, for example. And this is the name. And pay attention, the name and the label, it's different. So let's have that, and let's have a 10 for default value. You see, now we have intensity as a user interface. So we can copy that, and let me delete this null, and let's paste it as a relative reference. You see, now I can control the intensity by this float slider. You see that? This is our simple digital asset. And you see, we have this output path. We can drag that in here in the parameter, and voila, we have the parameter from the inside digital asset on the user interface. You see? Amazing. And now we can create an export button in here, or we can drag that from digital asset. And you see, we have that, and we can export all these operations. So this is the basic digital asset. And there is many resources online. You can go and learn how you can create your digital asset. But yeah, this is the simple version. So now the Python time. So you see, in this export or this parameter, we have callback script. It can be Python or H script. In here, we have this script and we have Python module. So in here, we can go with def. Def mean a method. And we have the name, for example, export function, or yeah, that. And we have this def body. You see, we can go with print. And for example, hello Dyson. Yeah. Why not? So let me create that, and voila. So we have this method, Python method in our Python module. How we can connect that with this button? You see, this is callback script. And we can go with HOU for Houdini.phm. And now we can go with the name of this definition or method. You see, now we have something. Let me clear that and export. You see, now we connected the button to our Python script. You see, easy. So if you like this kind of video, please hit the like button and subscribe for more content. Share it if you want. In this week on my Patreon, by the way, we're gonna create our chatbot AI in Houdini using Python in 5 minutes in simple way. Honestly, this will be amazing. We're gonna use online resource, so we're gonna connect that using API. So if you're interested, it's available on my Patreon. So big shout out for these amazing people. Thank you guys, and have fun with our content. Let's proceed. As you can see, this button is printing our message. This is amazing. How we can tell it to print this parameter value? So for that, it's easy and tricky. First, let's create a variable referencing the current digital asset or current node. Let's go with my node, for example, equal to HOU for Houdini and PWD for current node. So we have our current node, and let's make sure of it, and let's export. And you see we have this reducer. So we have our point, and now we're gonna give the name of output file. Let me see in here. Okay, now we can go with node.param, and let me give it the name. This is the out file name parameter. Let's paste it in here, and let's see if we have the name or not. And let's say, okay, we have the error. I think this is PARM, and voila. You see, we have our parameter. So how we can get the value? It's easy with .eval. You see, and these parentheses, okay. And now, voila. You see, we have our value from the parameter. Any parameter, it's simple. You see, just with one line. And now how we can set the parameter using Python? It's easy. Let's copy paste that in here, and let me comment that with this hashtag. And we can go with set, this set code in here. You see that? And let me press that, and voila. You see, I told you, it's so simple in Python. You see that? Amazing. And this is amazing and smart code with set. For example, if you have a toggle rather than a string parameter, you see this is a toggle type. This is binary, 0 and 1. And you see, you can paste the name in here. Let's paste it. And we can not go with a string. You see, we have this numeric error. You can go with 1 or 0 for true and false, you see? And you can go with 0, and voila. That's amazing. You see that? So that's interesting. How about the parameter inside the digital asset? So we have a way for that. First, let's go with node.path. We need the global path of the current digital asset. And for example, let's go inside the digital asset. Let's say we need this parameter. Let me see which one. This boundary, okay? We need the name. This is the label. So how we can get the actual name of the parameter? So first, let me use Houdini HOU.param. This is global one. And let's go with that, and let's go with plus or append that name of the node, the inside node. And in here, after that, we need the name of the parameter, you see? So how we can get the name of the parameter? Let me click copy parameter in here and paste it as a relative reference, and voila, we have the name of the parameter. So in here, I can copy that, and let me delete that, and let's paste it in here, you see? And now we can go with .eval or set this parameter. Let me see it's that working or not. And boom, you see we have the value, the parameter inside the digital asset. That's amazing. What about button? Button is so challenging in digital asset. Let me show you. For example, we need create another rope geometry. For example, I need to control different rope using one geometry. For example, these two rope. And for example, we need to connect that. Let me set the path. Okay, that's cool. I need to have this save disk. You see, if I hit that, we have the file, and we can drag that in our user interface or parameter list. And you see, if I save disk that, we have our file. So we can copy that button and paste it as a relative reference for this FBX rope. You see, we cannot see that for unfortunately, but yeah, it's working. Sometimes this method will not work, so this will be annoying. How we can use the Python to guide these parameters? So it's easy, not easy, but yeah, it's challenging. You can have the name of this button first. We can drag it in here as a relative reference, as I said before, and you see the name, it's execute. You see that? And we need the name of the node, rope FBX, rather than polyreduce. So we are referring to that button. You see that? And let me see. Let me bring that in here. And yeah, you see with .eval we cannot do such a thing. You see, it will not working. So you see, not anything, not exporting anything. So with button we have this amazing press button function that will do the job, and voila, you see, we have our FBX file. And this is so challenging, honestly. You can also call your function on creation node, for example, or different event. Let me show you in here. You see on script, you have this event handler. You see, we have, for example, unloaded, uncreated, unupdated. So let's go with uncreated. Yeah, let's go with uncreated in here. And let me show you. Let me, for example, copy that, yeah, and let's paste it in here. You see, we have that, and let me delete that. I want to print the node path when the digital assets are created. For example, let's see, in digital asset menu, we have that, and boom, you see, we have OBJ-GEO1, not printing the whole path. So HOUPWD, it's not working in here. Instead, we're gonna use CAWArgs, you see, with that, and we're gonna use the node property. So this was so challenging. And yeah, you see, now let's go with that, and boom, you see, we have reducer one. This is so important, guys. On creation, you need to use CAWArgs in here. You see that? You see, this was a Python in digital asset. Very simple to use, honestly, and so handy, believe me, guys. And you can use it for your routine workflow and your digital asset, honestly. So on my Patreon, we have this amazing chatbot, kind of chatbot AI, and we're gonna use our Python to create that in 5 minutes, honestly, in simple way. So if you're interested, I will see you there. Goodbye.